Okay, well, good morning out there, fellow gardeners. This is Kathy, the neighborhood gardener, back with another project. I had this really great idea in my head that I was going to build a raised garden bed, right? Very simple, easy plan, which is what I found with these bricks. They're called locking blocks. Home Depot sells them and Lowe's. So the videos on it look just amazing because no tools necessary, just cut your wood and you're good to go, right? So that was the plan, quick, easy. This was gonna take no time. I did a little research before that and I found out that if you just use a regular like pine wood or any kind of untreated wood, that's cheap, which that's fine. They work wonderful. I took just kind of like a sample board. They slid right in those grooves in those locking blocks. It was great. So here I go with my plan, right? Simple, easy turnout. So this is what happened. I decided after researching to use a wood that's going to last a little longer because the untreated like pine and stuff like that, that's going to break down and rot over a period of like 3-4 years. It's just going to rot away because you cannot use any kind of a treated wood if you're going to be growing vegetables. So I decided to go with either redwood or cedar. I found that neither of those will break down. They will not rot. So I decided I didn't want to build this bed again or rebuild it. So I went with that. Home Depot, Lowe's, our local hardware store, our lumber store rather, nobody had redwood. So I ended up having to go with cedar. A little more expensive, wasn't planning to spend that much, but had to do what I had to do. So I got the cedar, brought it home. I've got everything I need, right? So I cut my wood, and then I realized when I went to slide them in the blocks, cedar wood is thicker than the other woods. Just enough thickness that they will not slide into the locking blocks. Ugh. So anyway, had to scrap that project. So what I ended up doing, I returned all the locking blocks and I decided I'm just going to build this myself. What I'm going to be doing today is I am going to be putting the frames together. So my bed is going to be 3 foot by 6 foot. So you can just see how I end up doing this next section of the side garden with a raised garden bed. Thought I'd take you along with me, so come on, let's get started and do this. Here we go. All right, so here we are. When you're using cedar wood, wear gloves. I can tell you that. This is a very soft wood and it splinters really easy. So you'll get splinters in your hands. So be sure that you wear some good gloves. So look, here's the neighborhood cat. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get rid of him or not. He is just kind of hanging out here and he's determined to sit in here with me. So anyway, all right, listen, I have to start doing this. You have to go away. Let me get this done. Come on. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking these blocks and I'm going to drill them into the side. So let me... Okay. So these blocks here are going to be drilled into here. So let me just kind of show you. Are you going to move? Move. I need you to go away. Come on. Move. So got some soil in there and I I've got the edge of the bed all dug out, and I'm just going to put some mulch down, and it's trenched out pretty good. So I don't think I'm going to put any weed cloth down there, because what I'll just do is edge around it with the trencher and edger, and no grass will grow on there. I'll put a really thick base of mulch, and so far I've probably used about 9 bags of soil in there, 10 bags I think, cow manure and garden soil, and I do need to get some more. As you can see, it's taken a lot more soil than I thought. So headed back to the store in a little bit, and we'll get that set. Okay, it's time. Let's get this raised garden bed put together. The hard work is all done. Thank you, John, for throwing this bed together for me so quickly. And I got all of the soil in here. I used a mixture of cow manure, compost, some raised bed organic soil, and I am going to top it off with a mulch. I did some research on that as well, and it had suggested using pine or straw. I couldn't find that type of mulch at our local garden center here, so I ended up going with the pine bark mini nuggets, and I understand that should be just fine from what I read. So that's what I'm going to top it off with. So what I have here also, so I've got my 4 cantaloupe plants that I'm going to put in there at each corner, and hopefully those vines will just kind of spread out. Certain plants will help repel some garden pests, so I got those, which would be some of the sweet mint and cilantro will help repel some of those pests. And I also bought some, what are they called? Marigolds. I also bought some marigolds. Couldn't remember the name there for a second. Bought some marigolds, and they will also help repel some pests. And then I do have some pollinating plants over here in my side garden that will hopefully bring in some good beneficial insects as well. So here we go. Let's get this planted up. Well, okay, that did not take long at all. So what do you think? Got the mulch in, all of the plants are in there. The only thing I have to do now is just water it in, and just keep an eye on it. I put about maybe 2 to 3 inches of the mulch in there, and good news was I had some left over, so I can actually take some back and get a little money back on that. Got the marigolds in, and I like it. So let's see, in 2 months, 3 months, hopefully I'll be showing you some nice cantaloupe coming out of there and some herbs growing. So thanks for coming along and watching this with me. It's been hard work, but fun work for me. So have a great evening out there, and we'll catch up in the next video. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care.